Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Simply Alicia A. And today I'm going to be picking wild ferns. Super excited about this. So I'm going to. I've never done this before, so I'm going to try to get them out as best as I can without damaging them. And we'll see how this goes. I'm so excited, you guys. So I decided to switch to voiceover for the remainder of the video because it was loud and windy outside. So here I'm just showing you the tools that I'll be using. I don't have any gardening tools because I'm not an outside gardener. I have not gotten a chance to get any of the gardening tools that I need for inside gardening as well. So I'm just going to use a large serving spoon, serving fork, and a butter knife. Now I've never dug up wild ferns before, so I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I am familiar with some parts of gardening, but the main thing I do is inside plants. So inside plants, which is house plants, and I'm now getting into succulents and cacti. So here I'm just making space around the area where I want to get the fern out. The soil was actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And the roots that are sticking up around the fern now, I believe those were either the roots to the fern or the roots to the hostas. This one was the first one that I tried to get out, and it actually took quite a bit of time for me to actually get this one out of the ground. Here, I just paused the video and pulled it out. It was taking too long for me to do it. Now this one and another one coming up, I realize now that I did those incorrectly. I did not pull the entire root ball out of the ground when I pulled those ferns up. So two of the ferns may not survive. So this one and the first one that you saw, I did not do those correctly. I feel really bad about that now. But like I said, I've never done it before, so it was basically this is new for me. So the last two I actually did correctly. I grabbed the entire root ball instead of just pulling the fern out of the ground like I did the first two. Okay, so we're gonna start with the little ones first, the ones that don't have the biggest root system, because I think I damaged their root system, you guys. I'm not sure.
This is recording right now.
So I'm using this all-purpose, all-natural potting mix, but this is for they said it's for outdoor containers. I've been using this for my indoor containers, and I don't think that was a good idea, but I got a ton of it left, so I'm going to use these for my babies. So let's see how we do. Okay, like I said, it was so loud outside, so I'm switching to voiceover. But the dirt that I'm using here, I had been using on my indoor plants, which the soil is a lot heavier, a lot thicker, and there's not a lot of drainage with this soil, and I was using it for my house plants. But I did add perlite. I added perlite to the mixture, but it was still more heavier than I would have liked. That right there is my special dirt mixture that I make. I always cover my nose because I do not want to get the dust particles in my nose or in my lungs. It's mixed with dead animal bones, bone meal, and other things as well, cocoa coir, a little bit of perlite, but I just don't like to get the dust in my lungs, so I always cover my nose. You guys may not see it on camera when I'm doing Plant With Me in my kitchen, but this is what I do when I open up my special dirt mixture. Now off camera I have a bag of vermiculite and a bag of cocoa coir that I'm actually just putting a couple of spoonfuls in to help with maintaining moisture in the pots, because I'm taking them from their natural habitat and I'm putting them in a pot. And these ferns that I saw when they were growing, they took a lot of moisture and a lot of water. So I wanted to make sure that they stayed moist and that they stayed misted and stayed moist in their pots. Hopefully they do not get root rot when I'm doing this. So this is my first experience with planting wild ferns. Here I'm just switching angles so you guys can see a little bit better. As you can see, I'm on my balcony. I live in the city, so it's lots and lots of traffic. I'm on a busy street, so this is one downfall to planting outside and trying to record. It's horrible on the sound. There, I added a little bit of the cocoa coir, and now I'm just mixing. When I pulled up the ferns, I actually saw there were a lot of rocks that the fern was growing around. So what I did was I added some of my rocks that I have, my decorative rocks that I rinsed off. I added some of those in the mixture as well to kind of mimic as close as I could the natural habitat that the ferns came from. I did not know then, but as I know now, the two ferns in the small pots actually will not survive because I did not pull out the root ball. I only pulled out the ferns and the stems, as you can say. I only pulled out a little bit of the roots. So if I do happen to pick wild ferns again, I know the last two that I pulled will survive, but these two that'll be going to be planted up in the small pots, they will not survive, and I'm so bummed. I'm so hurt. But you live and you learn. I should have left them there in nature as they were, but I was curious and I wanted to see what would happen if I could pick wild ferns instead of buying them from the store. So now I know. Those are the rocks that I mixed in with it because, like I said, there were rocks growing. The ferns were growing in between rocks. So they had rocks and cedar chips and wood chips on top, and they were just growing in the craziest condition. And I thought, wow, this would be so cool to see if they could grow in contained, controlled conditions. This is the other one that will not survive. This will not make it. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. But I did have fun, hoping that it would survive, not knowing that it wouldn't, but I had fun planting it up though. Now the two that are going to be in these big pots here, they will make it because I did grab actually the root ball itself. A little side note, I'm super excited about the price, you guys, that I got for those 2 pots. I got those from Menards on a shopping trip, and Menards was having a sale that day, and I actually bought those for $2.50 each. And I believe those are 10-inch pots, I believe, 10-inch plastic pots for $2.50. Like, how cool is that? You guys, so even though, like I said, 2 of the ferns will not survive and 2 of them will, I was so super excited to do that. That was just so zen for me to plant those up and just give them a new life. Even though, you know, they were probably, of course, better off where they were. I just wanted to see if I could do it. And so there's a sense of satisfaction and a sense of failure, honestly, from not being able to let the other 2 be done right. I didn't do those right. But I still felt, you know, a sense of accomplishment for the ones that did survive. I felt a sense of accomplishment planting them up and giving them a different home. Here's the last one of the day. And this is the one I grabbed all of the root ball right there. Look at that, and the extra roots, you guys. So if you guys ever want to pull wild ferns, which can be done, just make sure when you see a large clump coming up to get completely underneath the clump and grab as much as you can. Grab everything that comes up with it. And I believe that is the root ball. So grab as much root ball and as much dirt and as much of the roots as possible. So these last 2 in the square containers were done correctly. And like I said, I should have an update on the ferns at the end of this video. I should have an update on their condition, on how they're doing. Okay guys, there you have it.
All right, everyone, so that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this. You guys know I did. And of course, I have my apron on today, so we were planting up. So yeah, these are the 4 ferns that I was able to get, the 4 wild ferns that I was able to get. And I'm just super excited, you guys. So we're gonna just keep track and give you guys constant updates on how they're doing. And yeah, we will go from there. So until next time, you guys, don't forget that I love you, God loves you too, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.